Greetings. Welcome to the headquarters of the human resistance.
Where's my hair?
Your hair has been destroyed to prevent you from contacting your ship.
What ship?
Your mothership?
Okay. In the next 48 hours, the police and the FBI will begin a statewide manhunt. I'm a high-profile female corporate executive. I am crucial. In all humility, I can say that. Think of it like you abducted the governor, but worse. There is no possible scenario where you benefit from this incident.
That was really good. My pulse is racing right now.
So just left from seeing Begonia, and I went to this movie kind of completely blind. Like most times I watch trailers for movies, but for this one I didn't watch the trailer. I really went in not knowing what the hell this movie's about and the significance of the honey, but now after seeing it I get it. I'm still a little confused on why they did Begonia. I thought Begonia was like the name of uh of Emma Stone's character. But essentially, this movie stars Emma Stone as Michelle Fuller, who is a tech titan, like CEO of a pharmaceutical company, and Jesse Palmalo, I don't think I say his name right, plays Teddy, and along with his cousin, they end up kidnapping Miss Michelle, played by obviously Emma Stone, and convinced that she is an alien from outer space, and they basically kidnap her and want them to take her to their leader. And she is a essentially a CEO, rich. She's very educated, and she's confused on why they think that she is an alien. But they have it in their mind that she's an alien, and nothing that she says or does can convince them otherwise. So you go through a 2 hour process of elimination of how she's trying to explain how she's not an alien, but they're not buying it, and they pretty much do everything in their power to get her to admit what she is and that she is not of this world. And with that said, this was probably one of the craziest moves I've seen this year. After I kind of saw like a little bit of the trailer, I was like, ooh, this shit does kind of look good. But it's like one of them things like you think you go into one you actually I went in like not knowing what this movie was about at all. And for my sake, it's from the same director that she did Poor Little Things from, and that movie had such a well reception. I didn't see that last movie, but to me, I'm not gonna say this movie was bad. I'm gonna say it was more on the good side. It was just such a unique take on aliens, and it got to the point where you're like following the main character Teddy, and you're like, yeah, this motherfucker is nuts. Like she's not an alien, yet you had this woman tied up in your basement, for days at a time doing torturous thing to torture her, make sure that she's an alien. You shave off her head, you put wax stuff all over her skin so she can't contact people. Like it's like these two conspiracy theorists, Teddy and his cousin Don. And his cousin Don is actually autistic, so he just pretty much goes along with everything Teddy says. But I do love their characters in this. Like you almost start feeling crazy, and then as the story goes on, you see exactly why they're doing this, because Emma Stone's character, pharmaceutical company, gave his mother drugs and end up putting her in the hospital. And so he's making it kind of personal, saying like, "There's no human on earth that would do what you did to my mother." And you kind of go like, "Man, this dude is really nuts." And like the conspiracy things that he says and he does, or is he? And that's what I like the twist at this movie. You like, is he crazy? And like you get to the end and you find out like, damn, like it's like one of them kind of like cliffhanger where really kind of like exposes a lot. And he's like, man, I did not see the movie ending the way in. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, so I'm not gonna say if she was an alien or if she wasn't. But like she does such a good job of saying if she is or if she isn't, and that's the kind of thing I like. And but to me, Emma Stone was the best part of this movie. Like the dialogue that she was saying, and it was just so funny. She's like, "Well, I'm not an alien. I can't tell you that I'm an alien. I can't tell you something that I'm not." And they like, you're good, you're good." And she goes, "No," but she did herself a disservice by acknowledging that first of all, she studies chemistry, and also she was a psychologist. So mentally, she's telling this guy everything that he's going through, like, that, oh, I'm not an alien, but you're going through this, episodic breakdown, and she's like trying to explain to him what's going on to him mentally. But he's done so much research, he can kind of combat everything that she says back and forth. So I love the chemistry of these two. Like, it's just such a witty partay, if you will. Just beautifully script writing. Like, it's just like one of the movies you just sit back and be like, what the fuck is going on? But in a good way. So hands down, probably one of the craziest movies I've ever seen. And let me show you something. Yeah, that's your boy, Begonia, dipped in honey, baby. So, but the reason why the honey is because Teddy is a beekeeper. So that's why the honey that. But like I said, like, one of the craziest movies I've seen all year. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Emma Stone like wins an Oscar or at least gets nominated for this. To me, like, her dialogue and her character, it was just such a unique kind of dynamic. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she was nominated for an Oscar once again. If I'm not mistaken, I think she won last year for Pretty Little Things as well. Same director. So they're gonna be two for two, at least getting nominated at least, because this was a really good role. So like I said, and it was shot in Atlanta. I kept seeing different parts from where they shot it. I was like, oh, I know where that is. Oh, I know what it is. So, but hands down, like, a very odd movie. If you're not into like kind of conspiracy theory kind of based like type movies, this probably isn't for you. But to me, the comedic kind of performance and the witty partay of the characters kind of sold it, if you will, for us. So, like, I thought it was a good movie, but I can understand why a lot of people probably wouldn't like to see it, but it was funny. So go check it out. It comes out this week.